All right. Well, welcome to our Pure Health Warrior Monday night team call, everyone. This is January 8th. Happy New Year, everybody. It's been weeks since I've talked to you right before Christmas. We've got some new people on the team. Excited to have you here. Jason, welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again. Yeah. We've got Laura. Angie Cox is hiding in the dark. We've got Carla Thomas, Kristen Kirsch, Gina Frog, Angie. Let's see, Juanita's hiding too. She's in the dark. She's probably taking care of little kiddos. Robert, Carol, Gretchen, nice to see you too. And Angie James. All right, awesome. Glad to see everybody. It's been a while. So when we come back from Gretchen, as you guys know, Francine and Paige and I just got back from the leadership retreat in Hammock Beach. It was unusually cold. We were freezing down there. Like even Paige was bundled up and brought her little parka from Minnesota. We were so cold. I couldn't believe how cold it was. It was just a crazy week. And of course, I think today they were saying it was supposed to be like 70 here in Florida, and I think it only hit the 60s. But whatever. Hopefully everybody will start getting some warm weather soon. I know you guys up in the north are in for the long run. We're just not used to that down here. We get like 2 or 3 days of cold at a time, and that's about it. But it was great. We stayed inside. We had a really good turnout. I think out of 27 people, 24 made it. 3 of them got snowed in up north, so they weren't able to come down, but we had them there via Zoom, just like this, in the living room, so they were up on the screen. You guys probably saw some pictures of that. But it was great. It's one of the things I can tell you guys about going to a leadership meeting like that is that it's not the training that this business is so simple. Like you can only train on it so much. And I tend to, like, I was sitting there and I was all prepared to take a ton of notes, but I've been doing this 19 months now. I've just about heard it all. Like this business is simple. You really can't overcomplicate it. Just keep it simple and you guys will be very successful in it. But one of the things I get the most out of it is the people I meet. It's the people that you get to be around. You get to hear the stories, all the phenomenal testimonies that they have, not just physically, but financially as well. But man, I mean, their family stories, how the things that have changed in their lives are just incredible. So anytime you guys can work to try to achieve a retreat or go on one of these learning experiences like that, and Rachel said she does 2 a year. One is in the fall, and that one tends to be more of a relaxing, easygoing time. Like me and Jan McIntyre got to go on that one with our husbands, and it was just fun. We went to the Keys. We stayed at a place that was on my bucket list. It was Sunset Key. It was one of those places where I would never spend that kind of money to go there myself, and it was all expense paid. She spared no expense on it. And we got to stay at this amazing, resort. And we just had a lot of downtime and a lot of like fun and fellowship, I like to say. You guys have heard me say before, this business is like church to me. Like we get to meet, we have some of the most amazing Christians on our team. I'm really blessed to have that. I prayed for that all the time. And I'm reminded of that every time I get to go spend time with people who are on our team. So it's nice to be able to share that experience, but not just be here with you online, but also in person from time to time. So the next big trip, if you have not already ordered your tickets, I want to encourage you to do it tonight. Like right away. Don't wait. Go to pureteamglobal.com, click on events, and get your tickets to go to the next level event. It's in April 20th and 21st. It's in Fort Worth, Texas. I know Paige already bought her tickets to get there. I think Abby did. I'm pretty sure Francine has got hers booked. Figure out whether you're driving, flying, carpooling, whatever you got to do to get there. Get there. It's massive. You guys saw the Minnesota team. They made it. I mean, they were probably the biggest team on my team. I had like 20 people show up to that event. They were the biggest group, and they have exploded since that event. So people who went there saw massive changes in their business. They understood the simplicity. They saw what was possible, and they've run for it since they got back. So if you haven't been to an event yet, make sure you get there. If you've been there, go again. It's incredible. You're going to meet new people. You're going to see new stories. This business, not just our team, but this company is exploding. Like they have growing like never before. And people are breaking records all the time in this company. So you definitely want to be there and hear what they're doing and learn what they're doing to make it happen. A couple of things I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight is how to hit ranks and goals. I think one of the things in this business, I'm a very sapphire personality, as you guys know. It just means I know what I need to do and I just run. I just do it to make it happen in this business. I'm not very numbers oriented. I don't know, like when I first started this business, I did not know how I was going to work it, how the money was going to come in, other than I just knew I needed to invite people. I needed to sign them up. I needed to get them on auto ship, and then the checks come in the mail. So simple, you guys. Like that's the way my brain works. But I started to understand, like I'm a very learn as you earn person. So one thing I want to break this down for you guys is if you're looking at earning a certain paycheck, a lot of you have real income goals. You want to retire from your job, your businesses, or you want to earn an extra income and you have a dollar sign in your mind. So if that's the case, let me hit a screen share real quick. Oh, that's not where I want to be. Hold on. Your Team Global. Nope. If you guys go to, and then I'm going to tell you too, because I want to make sure I get you there. I don't know why this isn't working. Hold on. Livepure.com. If you guys click on the opportunity tab and you guys go to the Pure Prosperity, you want to learn. I'm going to show you where to. Why is this not going where I want it to? I have too many tabs open, I guess. Bear with me. Now I'm getting the spinning wheel of death. Y'all have Macs, you know, you understand what that is. All right, let me close out a few tabs here. Yeah, I want to leave that too. Close it. Sorry, guys. I should have had this a little more prepared, but I figure I better give you a visual while we're at it so you know where to go, where I get this information so you can look it up too. Let's see. Now, if I share my screen, it should do it. What do you guys see? Do you see that? People United? Okay, good. Awesome. It was just showing a blank screen for a while. I wasn't sure why. All right, so what I like to do is go to the opportunity tab and I click on rewards and go to Pure Prosperity, the compensation plan. And I have this printed out. I have it hung on my wall and I keep it in my magazine because a lot of people have this question and I keep it in my car wherever I go. This is usually with me so I can help answer this question. Like I said, I'm not a numbers person, so I need to have this with me because I can't recall it off the top of my brain yet. But I'm going to go down here and show you. Obviously, we earn money 6 different ways: through retail, sponsor bonus, team bonus, generation, leadership, and lifestyle. The quickest way, especially if you're just starting, is retail profit. I don't like to say retail. This one is out of the question for me. Like I don't sell products in a store environment, and I don't sell them from my house, so I don't really make retail profit. Dr. Duke does because she sells them in her office, my chiropractor. I earn sponsor bonuses, team bonuses, generation bonuses, leadership bonuses, and lifestyle bonuses. In my last company, the only thing I earned was my team bonus and my sponsor bonuses. I never got there. Like I didn't earn generation. I didn't earn leadership. I didn't earn lifestyle. I've been with that company for 5 years. This company pays bank, you guys, and it doesn't take a long time to make that happen. You just have to build a team to make it happen. So I'm going to go straight down to this. This is what is the big picture here. So if you guys want to earn a weekly paycheck of just say $150, okay, you're going to get paid 10% of your lesser leg volume. And this is the easiest way to figure this out. LTV stands for your lesser leg. You have 2 legs. You're going to hit silver this week. You hit 2,000 on your strong leg and you hit 1,500 on your weak leg. You're going to make $150, 10% of your weaker leg. STV stands for sponsor tree volume. On this particular page, STV does not mean strong leg volume. That's just sponsor tree volume. So that's a total of the sponsor tree volume that you're getting from both legs, just so you know. So if you had 500 on your right leg and 1,500 on your, or say on your lesser leg, but this totals 2,000 for your sponsor tree. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get paid for this particular one. That doesn't make sense. If you have say you have a 1,500, you sell two 1,500 point packs, one on the right leg, one on the left. The 1,500, you're going to get paid 10% from this weak leg volume. The other 1,500 is going to stay on the other side. They take away 5% of each of these. So if this was 1,500 on each leg, 5% comes off, or 10% of your weak leg volume. So you're only going to make $150 off of this if that's what you get on your lesser leg, okay? It's always you get paid 10% off your lesser leg. Now this doesn't include bonuses, okay guys? So this is just if you're talking about, this is your regular paycheck, which you should get paid if you're making this on a consistent basis. So a lot of people start out and they're not quite sure, what does this mean when you're trying to hit bronze? Why does this have nothing here and nothing here? Well, if you're going to hit, if 500 is what you need on your lesser leg in order to hit bronze, you obviously have to have more than 500 on your stronger leg, right? This is your lesser leg. So you need at least 500 or 1,000 or 600 points. That would be like a 500 point pack and a 100 PV auto ship from somebody else in order to get 500 on your lesser leg, so you earn a $50 paycheck. Okay, that does not include your commissions, okay, or bonuses or anything else. This is just your less leg volume. So this is like the easiest way to just figure what your base paycheck is going to be for your week. So it's 10% of this. So if you start hitting gold on a consistent basis and you need at least 3,000 on your lesser leg, that's a $300 paycheck. That's what I was aiming for. Like that was my last rank goal. Is to, once I started hitting bronze every week, then I started aiming for silver every week. Then I started aiming for gold every week. Now I aim for platinum every week. Okay, so that's my goals just kind of grow as I get higher up in the ranks. As I start hitting something consecutively, I start aiming for the next one. So it's kind of crazy. For me, it's really hard to start saying, well, I want to start hitting diamond consecutively when I'm right out of the bank and I've never done anything. You know, if I haven't signed 4 people up, how am I going to make that happen? Okay, so now an easy way to start thinking, if you want to go big and you want to go big quick, what do you need to do to hit 20,000 volume on your lesser leg and 35,000 on your sponsor tree volume? Well, you need to have a team. It's a lot easier to do it with a team than it is by yourself. So if I'm aiming for that, and I'm breaking this down into just 1,500 point packs, 20,000 divided by 1,500, because that's what I need on my lesser leg. That tells me I'm going to need at least that much on my strong leg, right? Divided by 1,500. That's 13 1,500 point packs. So if I break that down, how many do I need on each leg? You see what I'm saying? So if we break this down, if you want to hit gold, you need 2 1,500 point packs on each leg. That's a total of 3,000 points on each leg to hit gold. And that can be you personally sponsoring, getting 1 on each leg. And then each of your new 2 people, you help them get out of the gate. That's like why we like to say out of the gate in 48. Let's get you 2 and let's get them 2. So now you've hit gold just by getting yourself 2 and then each get them 2 in the same week. That's 3,000 points on each leg. So if you start stacking them and these 2 people start hitting, you hit yours, your rank goal that week, they hit a couple more people in the next week, and those people bring in 2 more people the next week, then you can start hitting platinum pretty easy. So that's why we like to have a run week where we all run together. Everybody's adding people in the same week, and the volume stacks up on both legs. Everybody helps everybody, and then everybody rank advances a lot quicker that particular week. When I first started, everybody was kind of running slow. They didn't know where they wanted to go. They weren't sure what they wanted to accomplish. They don't know much about the ranks. They don't understand much about the business, and they have no confidence in the business. So until you get a few people under your belt that have some confidence, you have some people that can share and do connects like what we have right now, Now it's easier. Now it's much faster. People know what they're doing. They're getting more confident in what we have. They're watching the trainings. They're getting on the calls. Those are the people who have no problem sharing this business. Let me stop share real quick. So just on that note, how do you share this business? You really got to have confidence. And the way to build confidence in this business is to get on every single team call. Okay? If you can't get on them live, get on them on SoundCloud and listen to the recording afterwards. You can download SoundCloud on your app. Honestly, I don't get on the calls on Saturday mornings, usually at 11 o'clock. I tend to listen to them in the shower on Sunday morning. Like, it's just kind of my thing. I listen to a lot of calls in the shower or while I'm folding laundry or going for a walk or whatever, just when I'm kind of doing mindless activity and I can focus on that. That's when I like to absorb my team calls. So if I'm not on them live, then I'm definitely listening to them on SoundCloud. Don't get behind. There's tons of information, so much that you can learn from top leaders in this company. And you can listen to them anytime, day or night. There's so many recordings. If you don't get on, you're looking for something else, or you're not quite sure, what to do for personal development, listen to some old team calls. You're going to get a lot of value out of those. Right, so my next tips for you guys, hopefully that helps and that makes some sense. I saw somebody had a question. Is it still there? Oh, bronze does not have a sponsor volume requirement. That's why it's blank. You still have to have, if you want to get a paycheck, you still have to have one on each leg. Yeah. So that's why I like to say 500 on each leg, especially if you want a $50 paycheck. That's getting your 10%. All right. You have to get at least 250 volume on your lesser leg in order to get a paycheck, because they won't send you less than $25. If you get $25 in the bank, or $24.99 for whatever, or you sell 68 volume, whatever, they're going to stack up your checks until you get at least 25, and then they'll send it to you. All right, so I like to let everybody know that. Lifestyle bonuses is another thing. If you guys, let me share that screen one more time. If you guys go down to this lifestyle bonus, if you are consistently hitting, if you're starting to get to where every now and then, you're hitting, say, gold a couple times a month, or maybe 3 times, or like once a month, or you're starting to get to where you hit it like every 3 weeks or something, really start watching your numbers, because if you can hit, I'm not watching generation bonus. I think they should list generation bonus later. You start earning that a little later on. But lifestyle bonus, if you hit gold director twice in a month, you earn another $300 bonus. If you hit platinum director twice in a month, and it has to be in a calendar month, so it has to be twice in January or twice in February or whatever, you'll earn another $300 on top of your regular commissions. This is something where I was like, dang, what did I do to get that extra $300? Where did this come from? And Rachel was telling me it was actually coming from my bonuses. Yeah, that was a nice surprise once a month. And it usually comes, so if you earn that, you hit gold twice in December, let's say, then you'll get that $300 bonus in January. It comes the next month. So think about that. That's a really nice bonus to add on top of your regular checks. Helps it create that income increase pretty fast. Let's go. Stop share. All right, so I have a few social media tips. Those are the first 2 paychecks, like things that you'll earn money from that you'll start noticing on a regular basis. The easiest way to earn an income in this business, and the easiest way to kind of start giving yourself some little goals to hit in order to rank advance in the business. All right, so some social media tips. I know a lot of you are telling me you're hitting your cold market. You probably have a lot bigger warm market than you believe you do. You really need to sit down and make a list. And a lot of people don't want to do this. They just don't want to, they know they don't want to talk to everybody that's on their list. And that's okay. But I would still encourage you to write down 100 people that you know. I don't care if it's your dad's friends, your mom's aunt, her sister, and your sister's neighbors, whatever, people that you know. But if you just start at thinking, like just brainstorm, brain dump, think of every single person that you know and write them down, you'll start thinking of more people that you know through those people. There's always like that 6 degrees of separation. would be amazed at how many people you can come up with on your list from those just brain dumping and coming up with more and more and more. And do it with your spouse. Because if you call out a name, they're probably going to think of somebody else. So that's one thing. If you are ready to go to social media, I don't encourage anybody going to social media and promoting this business until you've really gone through your warm market, guys. If you have a phone number, you can pick up the phone and you can call somebody. That's the best way to build this business. Facebook messaging, text messaging does not work. It does not work. You really need to pick up the phone and call people. I'm going to unmute. I'm not sure who's got the feedback. There we go. So if you guys are Facebook messaging or you're texting people and you can't figure out why you're not getting a response, it's because you're Facebook messaging. There's so many network marketing businesses out there and everybody is doing that these days. How many messages have you got on your inbox from, hey, I think I have an opportunity I think you'd like to look at? People are going to instantly, just ignore you because they're getting it from everybody, every kind of business you can think of, whether it's selling leggings or wine or lipstick or whatever. They're all tired of it. So if you pick up the phone and you call somebody they're going to be like, oh, wow, it's like getting a letter in the mail. People aren't used to that anymore. So pick up the phone, be excited, and invite them. Use your 3-point invite. Posture is everything. You have to be confident, you guys. I don't think you should leave a Facebook voicemail, Carol, unless you are asking them for their phone number. Say, hey, I've got something I really want to talk to you about. What's your number? I don't want to do it over social media. That's what Jared says. That's how he gets people's numbers all the time. If they don't call you back, if they don't give you your number, they're not really a friend and they're probably not somebody who's going to do this business anyway. Don't be offended by it. Move on to the next. But I wouldn't do anything on social media other than ask them for their phone number. Posture, you have to be confident. And the way to be confident in this business is to learn your business. And I'm not talking about the back office. Don't waste a lot of time with that. Don't waste a lot of time learning about the products. You don't need to know about the products. If people have questions, when you do this, when you share your business opportunity with them, call me, call Rachel, call Francine, call Abby. You need to plug them into an upline because if you are answering questions, you're doing too much. And you're making this business look harder than it is. So you know what? I don't know. Even if you know the answer, I don't know. I'm brand new at this, but I know somebody who does. Let me connect you to my friend Linda, who's been in the business for a lot longer than I have. Boom. Put them on the phone. You're getting your connect. Okay. You can play dumb in this business. You don't need to know it all. But posture comes from you knowing that you have support in this business. It comes from knowing that you have a team that you can rely on that works together. And it comes from knowing that you have a product that actually works. When you listen to Rachel on her team calls, there is no doubt about it. That woman knows our stuff is thebomb.com. She is very confident about what we have. Some people would say she's overly confident, but that's why she's got such a huge team. People know that she knows what she's talking about. She's been in this business a long time. You don't need to know that. Plug them into her and let her tell them, whatever they want to know about the back office or the questions about the downline or how you build or retail profit or whatever, any of that kind of stuff. You don't need to know it. Plug them into upline, somebody who does. Prospect. When you are prospecting on social media, find people that you really want, like you are really attracted to. Like, don't just go after just any Joe Schmo. Like, who attracts you? What is it about them that attracts you? Are they confident? Are they always smiling? Are they positive? Are they upbeat? Do they work out a lot? Are they into health and wellness already? Are they a Christian like you? What is it about them that attracts you to them? And maybe you need to be that person too. That's what you need to be. If you find other people that you're really attracted to on social media and you really want to follow them, then you need to don't copy them. Don't be that person, but you kind of need to be that person. You need to be somebody who people are going to follow and be attracted to as well. If you want to attract other people like that, okay? So like attracts like. Just think about that. So if you're being an Eeyore and you're complaining about life and you're always complaining about money or finances or your family is a bunch of crap holes, then nobody's going to be attracted to you. So make sure you're positive and you're kind of being a light and you are creating value so that people want to follow you. Okay. That's like the biggest thing I can teach you guys about social media is just be the person that other people want to follow, and they're going to want to come to you whenever you pique their interest, which is my next point. Pique their interest. Don't tell them what you're doing. Get them excited. Make them want to ask questions. So if you were to talk about this business opportunity, what are you like? Say, oh my gosh, I just got an extra $540 paycheck in the mail this week. It totally was unexpected. Don't say anything else about it. Stop right there. Let people message you and say, what did you do to get that? I could use an extra $540. Pique interest. Don't tell them the whole story. When it comes to Facebook posts, I see quite a few people doing these really long posts, and I'm going to tell you, like, I'm just looking, if you look at the chat right now, there's way too much chatter right here. I can't read it. There's way too much. I have to bypass that, and I know I'm not the only one. People are so busy these days, you guys, they don't have time for all that. They don't have time for these long Facebook posts. You've got to keep them very short, very sweet, and to the point so that people will read it and they'll be drawn to it. They'll be attracted to it. Put a bright picture in there, something and keep your Facebook kind of all looking the same if you're trying to attract people on Facebook. Let's see. So once you've piqued their interest and they come to you and they are asking questions, what do you do? Oh my God, somebody just asked me, what do I do now? I remember feeling that way. I totally freaked out. Oh my God, they just asked, okay, now what do I do? So you just invite them, and you want to keep that super simple. Screen share again, hold on. Let's see, screen share. If you go to Pure Team Global, you click on download the action sheet right here. I've already done it. Go down to the bottom of it. I recommend you all cut out this little square, print it, cut it out, stick it on your phone, clear tape it to the back of your phone, put it on your computer or next to your phone, wherever it is you make your phone calls. This is all you should be saying on your invite. You should be keeping it super simple. Jason calls Lindbergh and he's like, hey dude, I've got something, I just started something new. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be huge. I need 15 to 20 minutes to show it to you. If I send you a video, when can you watch it? Boom. That's it. And they start to ask questions. Say, man, I don't have time to go into it right now. The video is going to answer everything. If I send it to you, when will you be free? It's like 20 minutes long. Ask when they're going to see it. And then you do not send them the link until you've scheduled your follow-up. Okay, great. So you say you can watch it tonight at 8 o'clock? Awesome. I'll call you at 8:30 tonight. Does that work for you? Great. Okay, here's the link. I'll call you at 8:30. I look forward to talking to you then. It's going to be great. You do not want to miss out. Boom, hang up. Keep it short. Keep it simple. Don't send the link until you have got the connect time, the follow-up time. They don't know they're going to connect with your upline. All they know is you're going to follow up. When they have questions, say, you know what? I don't know the answer to that, but my good friend Linda does. Let me connect you to her. You've already scheduled the connect with me. So I'm going to be ready to answer that call when you call me, and I'm going to be ready to introduce myself, tell my story, and learn about them and find out what it is that they want to know more about the business with. Okay? For those of you, I want to call on a couple of you guys and ask you a question. Let's see. I'm going to unmute Angie Cox. It's not letting me unmute you. You'll have to unmute you, I guess.
Hello?
Angie.
Yes, hello.
When you did your first connect call with me, were you scared to death? What I was going to say to your friends?
No, honestly, I wasn't, because I think right before I did that, I heard on a team call to just step back, shut up, and let the leader talk.
You're so smart.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
I was like, no problem. I'm just going to tell my person, I'm just going to sit back and let you two connect, okay? But I'm here, I can hear you, but I'm not talking.
You were a good one. You were a good one. I can tell you, I remember I was nervous. I was scared to death. And I was like, okay, well, hey, I'm going to introduce you to my friend Rachel. She's going to be able to answer all your questions. But I was kind of scared a little bit to see what Rachel was going to say. I knew to be quiet and to not talk over her or jump in or anything. But I was a little afraid of what she was going to say. How about any of you guys? Were you afraid of what your leader was going to say on a Connect call? Jason, tell me what you thought.
Well, I just want to know how the close was gonna. I knew there was gonna be a call to action, but I wanted to know it was thoughtful and it wasn't gonna be too salesy. So I really wanted to know how that was gonna go prior to.
So,
So I asked. I think I asked Fran about it. Yeah.
so how was your first experience when you
It was great. I was so pleased and happy with how it was well done. It was not hardcore, like you have to do this now or you're a scumbag kind of deal. Or you're a low life, you're not a leader, you have to be a leader, you know. So I was really, I told Jenny, I was like, I was so pleasantly surprised. It really was.
what were the things that stood out to you in that call that you felt like put your person right at ease and yourself?
Well, I think your personality, laughing disarms people, and I think you weren't trying to be overly polished, and even Rachel, and seeing her personality, I didn't know how, and that's what made me nervous because I knew she was closing it, and I'm like, oh boy, I didn't know, I hadn't talked to her, I didn't know what to expect from her, but I thought she did a really nice job of just whetting their appetite. So yeah, she did great at the end.
Okay, good. Thank you. Anybody else want to share your first experience when somebody did a connect call for you? Or has anybody in here not had a connect call yet and you haven't done it for a reason? Laura, how about you? Is there like a reason you haven't had anybody get on the phone with a leader yet? Or have you shared the video with anybody yet? Oh, I can't hear you. You're unmuted, but I'm not hearing you. Oh, are you on your phone? Check your volume button on the side. Make sure that's turned on. It's not working. Oh, there we go. Now I can hear you.
You now?
Yep.
I have not shared it with anyone yet.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So is there anything that's holding you back, Laura?
No, I really wanted to try the product first and believe in it before I shared it. And I've been doing it for a month now, and I think I'm ready.
Awesome. Great. Have you been launched yet? You've been launched, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah, I want to make sure. So many people in the last month. I can't remember who I launched and who Francine's launched, and it's been kind of crazy. All right. Well, that's awesome. So if you need a relaunch or you need a refresher, if you haven't invited in a while and you're just a little scared to get started again, that's all. You can always call your upline and get us to kind of walk you through that step again. But it's just keep it super simple. That 3-point invite is all you need to do. So once you've done your 3-point invite, you pass. I always say this is all about posture, prospect. If you write down these words, it's posture, prospect, pique the interest, 3-point invite, and then pass it to the leader. That's your connect call, and then plug them into whatever, get them signed up with whichever program or launch, challenge, I always say challenge pack, whichever point pack that they're going to get. I know I hate when I do that. I've done that for so long. The 15, the 30 share pack or the 10 share pack, and then get them set up, schedule their launch call right away. That's one thing that we've had. A lot of people on this team have not been launched quickly enough, and I want to really step up with that. So if there's anybody on your downline, like double check with them, or if they would need a relaunch. Sometimes life happens. Francine was somebody who got on this team and literally life just blew up in her face. She had so many things happen, moved like 3 times in 6 months, and things happened with her dad, like all kinds of craziness. And she couldn't start her business for at least 6 months. And so she had, when she was ready, I just kept checking in with her. I didn't give up on Francine. I knew one day Francine was going to be a runner on my team. And I just kept checking in with her every few weeks and said, hey, I just want to know if everything's all right. Is there anything I can do? Can I help you in any way? And she's like, no, not yet. I will get back on as soon as I can. I promise. But she took her product. She stayed steady in the business, like was watching, and I think probably listened to some team calls and stuff. But then eventually she got back in and she got running. So sometimes life happens and people need a relaunch. They step out and they step away for a while, and you just gotta. That's one great thing about this business. If you have to step away for a while, you don't get fired. You're the boss. This is your business. If you fail, it's on you. If you succeed, it's on you. It's not because of me. It's not because of Gretchen or Francine or Robert. It's not because of any of us. If you fail, it's on you. If you succeed, all on you. So it's consistency is what's really going to pay off, though. When you get in this business and you stay consistent with inviting, you're going to find, I always like to say it's digging for gold. You're going to probably go through 100 no's to get one really good guess. You might get 5 or 6 people that sign up from 100 no's, but maybe only one of them will really run in this business with you. So you don't have to recruit deep by yourself, but you do need to find a couple runners. If you can, one of the things I love that Rachel told me when I joined this business, when it all started to kind of just make sense to me in my non-mathematical brain, was, Linda, if you can find 4 runners, you're really not going to have time to run, to keep inviting yourself. You're going to be running with those teams, those people who keep adding more and more people to the team. You're going to be running with them people. So that's what I do. I run with them. And if they slow down, then I start running again. I find my own new people that want to run with me. So just always kind of have that mindset. You need 2 to 4 people. You got to build 2 teams, and you only need 2 to 4 people on each of those teams to really be running with you at all times to have a good, successful business like Rachel does. She started out with 2 people, just like the rest of us. And she's got like 20,000 people in her downline now, 8 years later. It's crazy, but it's a numbers game and it adds up. It just keeps growing, and so do your paychecks. Give it time. If you're consistent, it will grow and it will happen. You'll be here. Does anybody, let me say, Francine, since you were at leadership, I know you took a lot of notes. Paige took like umpteen pages of notes. I took like 2, but this is the stuff that I really wanted to pass on to you guys. Francine, do you have anything in particular you want to share?
My notebook is upstairs, but, consistency, I think, just consistency, really staying plugged in and keep inviting. At this stage where most of us is at, it's not so much like where Rachel is just helping her teams. At our stage, it's all still about massive invites. We're all still looking for builders and runners. So that's going to take a lot of invites and just fearlessly showing what we have to other people and get out of your own way. It's not about us. It's not about how we're going to feel if they reject us. It's all about helping them. You never know what people pray for when they lay their head down at night on their pillow, and we have something that can help them financially and physically. So why not share?
Mm-hmm.
And, who cares what they say?
This business, if you help other people, if you sign up 2 people, one thing I'll tell you guys is if you sign up anybody in this business, don't leave them alone. Don't walk away from them. Don't quit, because you are a leader. If you sign up one person in this business, you've become a leader. And so that person is relying on you to be here. They didn't join me. They joined you. Whoever it is that signed them up, they joined you. So you should be that leader and be here for them. Not everybody's going to stay. And just so you know, some people will have some people you think have a great center of influence, but there may be something about them. You have no idea what their background is. You have no idea how many things they've tried before and failed, or, a lot of people have seen them job hop or company hop or whatever. But you think they're going to be big successful and they just can't for whatever reason. And it may just be because they have a lack of a good center of influence. I believe anybody can become a good center of influence. You may have had a horrible history. If you guys listen to GoPro, Eric Worre and GoPro, he was a horrible person. He was a hunter. He said, I was a hunter. I was just looking for numbers. I would sign people up and I'd let them go and I'd go on to the next, go on to the next, go on to the next. Nobody wants to join somebody like that. But he turned things around. He became a professional in this business, and he decided to do this for the long haul. And he built a good reputation in the business. And that doesn't happen overnight, you guys. I know I was totally introverted. I would never host a team call like this before when I first started. I didn't think I was a leader at all. I had no center of influence. I had 250 friends on Facebook, and I didn't really know any of them. I didn't remember them people. Like, I don't even know how I got those 250 friends. I only had a Facebook account because I took a college course and I had to open it. So any of you can get to where you want to go. You just have to decide to be the professional that it takes to get there. Okay. And I that's one thing I really want to put out there to everybody. You can be whatever it is you want to be, but the one thing that you really need to think about is you need to become a leader, learn what it takes, be in personal development, read every day, listen to podcasts. MLM Nation is one of my favorites. You have leaders from all this industry, from all other businesses out there, and they have a great center of influence. They've built massive businesses, and they wouldn't do it if they weren't great leaders. So I like to listen to other great leaders who've achieved what I want to achieve. That's a good place to do it. But just be here for the long haul. That's the biggest thing. Did you guys have any questions for me? Rachel, anybody? I see Angie's talking to Francine. Is that something I need to read into?
Hey, Linda, can you share with us again what the list of your P's were? The posture, prospect, peak, and there were some others, and I didn't get them written down quick enough.
Well, it's 3-point invite after
Okay.
peak. Pass to the leader, so that's your connect call. And plug into, then it's just time to sign them up. Plug them into their 30 share pack or 10 share pack, get them signed up, and immediately launch call as part of that. Like if you're signing somebody up, don't sign them up unless you get them on the phone, or don't finish taking their credit card number until you've scheduled a launch call with them. So that's very important. And in doing that launch call, you guys always send everybody to, and if you guys haven't watched it yet, because it's pretty new, Rachel put it up just about a month ago, I guess. Let me do screen share again. Go to Life Changers, click on the Get Started tab. And this is just a refresher too. So if you haven't done it, if you haven't been on this video ever, if you've been in the business for a while, go watch this video right here, the number 1. If you have enrolled 2 people in the business, then watch the second one. And Rachel's going to be adding new training to this. How many of you guys, let me stop my share again. How many of you guys have signed up for the calls, the training calls on Wednesdays at noon with Rachel?
Yeah.
How many of you guys have no idea what I'm talking about? Okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and listen to the last couple Life Changer team calls on SoundCloud, because that's where one reason I'll tell you, this is another reason you need to listen to these team calls. Rachel hides training in those calls and she learns who her leaders are. If you are listening to those calls, she will ask you occasionally on those calls, okay, if you want to do such and such, email me, count me in at rachel@purelifechangers.com if you want to join this training on Wednesdays with me at noon. And this is just if you want to learn how to hit gold consecutively every week in your business and you want to stay accountable to her, this is one way you can do it. You get on that weekly training call. You won't find out about that any other way, and I shouldn't be telling you on this team call tonight. Okay? But I know we have new people on here. You have to listen to Rachel's Life Changers call. It's really good. She is an amazing leader. In my last company, my upline hosted retreats, but it was not for her downline. It was only for her personally sponsored people. I am like Rachel's great granddaughter. A lot of you guys on this team are like my great grandkids. I've got 7 generations deep or something, more than that. But Rachel does this for you, anybody in her downline. If you want to get on these trainings, if you want to go on a retreat, you all have access to her. You have access to everything. And she pours into you. And I'm talking about financially, as well as, spiritually and emotionally. She's a great leader. And I encourage you all to listen to her and to gain everything that you can from her. She's an awesome leader. And then pay it forward to your teams as you grow up and become leaders too. Anything else? Did that answer your question, Gretchen? Was there anything else? Okay. All right, guys. Nothing? No more? You're all done? All right. Well, that was awesome. I ran a little later than normal. I usually like to keep these calls to 30 minutes, but that just was a lot of good information. Hopefully you guys took some notes, and I want to thank you guys all for being on here. Just the fact that you're on this team call tells me you're a leader, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And get on those, go back, Life Changers, listen to those team calls if you haven't heard it yet, and it's email Rachel, just let her know. If you were behind, email her, say, hey, I just heard the team call. Can I get in that training? Get on it. It's going to be really good. And she's recording it too, and she'll send you the recordings and emails if you can't make it live. All right, guys. Thanks so much. You have a wonderful night. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Yeah. Oh, and this is a run week. You guys, I'm not slowing down in this business. If you guys need my help, the winter time is the best time for me to build this business. I'm not out cutting grass with my husband during the day. I'm home and I'm answering calls. I'm doing connects and I'm hosting overviews. So if you want me to host a live overview for you, and for the people that you invite, call me, get me on it, schedule a time to do that. If you need me for Connect, schedule that. One last thing is team call. Our team page, I'm going to start doing at least a weekly drawing in there for something. So if you aren't following the Pure Health Warriors group already, be following that too, and just watch for posts for me, because there will be some little hidden treat in there every now and then. Paige Mychog won the Business of the 21st Century CDs for me today for answering how to share your story. So if you guys don't know how to share your 2-minute story, I encourage you to go back down and find that in the group. And everybody just kind of posted it really short. The more you do it, the better it is. So I had people do that right before Christmas. They did a video version of it. And then this week I had them do it, and they just kind of did a real short and sweet text version of it. So look at those, and it'll help you kind of build your story as well. Thanks to everybody who participated. All right, guys, have a great night. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.